It seems that, if I'm let's say I want to start a microbrewery.
Yeah.
That's my core competency is I better know something about how to produce craft beer or whatever I'm doing. Your core competency is financing. You guys know it, you know how to do it, you know how to secure funding. This is what you do.
Right.
To me, it doesn't seem logical when, in my mind, time is our most important asset. We don't know how long we're going to be we don't know how long we're going to be on this planet. To me, it doesn't make sense to go to 250 lending sources individually, call them, send them my packet, talk to them, do that whole thing when someone like you can make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, financing in general is highly inefficient because it's so fragmented, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a hyper-local opportunity. In some cases, it's a national opportunity. In others, some lenders want retail-type establishments, others don't. Some capital sources invest only in technology, and others in medical. I mean, there is a lot to manage and a lot to understand there. So one of the ways that we're trying to help address that need is by making that a more efficient process for entrepreneurs. And we look at ourselves similar to when you're building your team, you want people that are legal experts and accounting experts and financing experts and so on and so forth. So I think it's an important part of the kind of team building process.
Now let me ask you this here. This next kind of lending option is the SBA loan, or Small Business Administration loan. The definition of this is off of your website there is SBA loans are guaranteed by the Small Business Administration. Since the Small Business Administration guarantees up to 75% of the loan in the event of a default, aka not paying your payments, lenders are able to provide small business loans at extremely attractive rates and terms to startups, franchises, and existing businesses. At the end of the day, I mean, if I want to get an SBA loan, what's an SBA? What's the benefit of doing a small business loan?
Well, a lot of the bank loans, especially when it comes to acquisition-based financing, are going to go through the SBA program. The SBA was created not to provide capital directly to individuals, but instead to guarantee debt for banks so that they felt more comfortable taking on the risk of lending to new entrepreneurs. Okay? So it's a common misconception. The SBA is there for the bank's benefit as much as it is for the individuals.
Okay, so I mean, if I'm going to, say I call you guys and you connect me and we get secure funding, it would seem that that would take the risk out of it, or not the risk out of it, but reduce the risk for the lending institution that ultimately lends. The direct lender, it would take the risk out if it's 75% of the risk is guaranteed by the SBA, right?
So that is true, yeah. So from the bank standpoint, again, they're going to feel more comfortable providing you and I capital so that we can continue to acquire, grow, build our businesses. If the SBA program did not exist, the point at which they would spend more time kind of dissecting the transactions, I mean, the underwriting, the stringent underwriting practices would get even more stringent.
Is SBA loans very common? I mean, is this a very common?
They are. I mean, there's tens of thousands of them every single year that are done. I mean, I don't know the number specifically off the top of my head, but I believe that somewhere around $10 to $15 billion per year is injected into small business through those programs.